bottom was pretty good, and then it just popped. Yeah, 10-4. Keep going.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to The Glass Case of Emotion. I'm Chuck Bush. We got Kim Kuhn and special guest Matt DiBenedetto. Live in studio with us as Ryan is off doing Ryan things on this off weekend for Cup. There's still Xfinity and there's still trucks.
It's not an off weekend.
Everybody's like, it's the off weekend.
Yeah, not for me.
Yeah, there's still racing going on.
I gotta work in Canada.
Canada.
I always want to sing your name though. DiBenedetto.
I like that.
Yeah.
I haven't had that before. I've had a lot of nicknames.
A lot of mispronunciations.
Yeah.
Nicknames.
It made it way easier when telemarketers would call. I'd know it was a telemarketer. I'd be like, can I speak to Mr. DiBenedetto? No.
He's not here.
Yeah.
I don't know Mr. DiBenedetto. I'm sorry.
Never heard of him.
Never heard of the guy.
Mr. Not calling here anymore.
Yeah.
What's your middle name?
Oh, you know my middle name?
Do I?
Yep. My nickname. People think it's just my nickname, but it's actually my middle name.
Which nickname? There's so
Guido.
many. Oh, Guido. Guido is actually your middle name?
Yeah, so my full name is Matthew Guido DiBenedetto.
I don't know that I knew that.
Oh, man.
Maybe I did and I just forgot.
Maybe. But it was my grandfather's first name because my family obviously is full Italian.
Yeah.
And that was his first name, and that was Guido. And then it's my middle name. And for my whole life, whenever people found out that my middle name was Guido, then boom, stuck.
Call you Guido.
Yeah. So I respond to that. Like, you know.
Have you been to Italy?
Not yet. My parents have.
Okay.
Yeah. And my brother was stationed there. He's in the military.
Does he speak Italian?
No. My dad speaks the cuss words in Italian.
That's the important
stuff.
stuff.
Yeah,
That's all that matters.
Yeah, I've learned the important words.
Yeah.
I feel like everybody, that's the first thing you learn when you're learning a language.
Is the
cuss.
words.
Well, maybe not the first thing, but once you get
after
through.
After hello and bathroom.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know my dad's mad when he's like, "Fungal, Matt." And I'm like, "Oh, yeah, there we go.
There it is. There
yes.
it is." Yeah.
So wait, do we have to bleep that out if it's in another language?
I don't think so.
I don't know. And what is fangul?
Like, is it the
mean?
F word?
I believe it's the F word.
Okay. It sounds like it would be the F word.
Yeah, it is an F word.
From the way that the context he uses it. That's how I take it.
Getting a call from one of our...
Does he not know that you're doing
he doesn't.
We get calls all the time during the podcast, and it's like, how do you not know we're recording?
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's at work, so he's probably got a question about a work thing, but...
You're at work, though.
I will.
Yeah, we're working.
Just answer.
Hi.
Hey, you around?
No. Well, I'm kind of around. I'm on the podcast right now. You're live with Matt DiBenedetto and Kim Kuhn.
Hi, Brian.
Yeah. So, this is Brian Stowell, ladies and gentlemen. He's a producer for NASCAR.com.
You might recognize him by his long locks.
Yeah. It's Ian Jesus. So.
Well, I'll talk to you when you get back then.
Okay. All right. Bye.
Bye-bye now.
He doesn't want to be on.
He doesn't want to be on the show.
Yeah, occasionally Ryan's dad, not occasionally, multiple times, his dad will forget that he records a podcast. And he'll call, and we'll get Dave on the show.
We'll get him on?
Yeah.
That's fun.
Yeah.
And then we got Brian Stow. So
and then we got Brian Stow.
That's a win for us.
I've thought about, I was on with Daryl Mott before, and he wanted me to just like call Taylor, my wife, and have her on speaker. And I was like, I did. And I'm like, man, sometimes she can, usually she's good, but sometimes she can like call, and I didn't want her to say something inappropriate and be like, or say something sexual. And I answer, I'm like, oh no, I gotta turn it off. Yeah.
We are all about the inappropriate and sexual on this show.
Yeah.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, we should have just invited her to come on the show. A couple show. We should do that one time.
A couple show? You bring on...
I mean, I'm not bringing Joey on.
Why are you not going to bring Joey? Joey would be fun to have on this show.
He would just make fun of me the whole time.
So that's
just like you guys do.
So what would be any different?
It wouldn't.
Joey Dinowitz.
Yeah.
Have him on the show. It'd be fun.
Oh, yeah. See, Tay's fun because she's so shy, so it's fun to pick on her and give her a hard time. Yeah, she's shy. She gets she kind of clams up when if she's doing something like this.
Yeah.
That's so laid back, but she gets nervous.
Huh.
Yeah.
Because I wouldn't put you in the shy category. So you guys opposites?
Yes. We balance each other out perfectly.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, she's super shy. She's like, how do you just do these interviews and talk? I'm like, I'm talking about stuff that I love and just talking. I don't know. And just normal people.
Yeah.
Everyone's just people.
That's funny.
People being people, talking about stuff they enjoy
People
doing.
being people.
Yeah, exactly.
Talking about people. Yep.
Really, people being people.
Talking about people.
talking about people, did you see the woman in New Jersey? Speaking of phone calls as well, that was sort of, I was going to transition from that. We got phone call from a producer. Well, this guy apparently called someone in New Jersey with a little booty call, like 4 a.m. And when she got there,
an actual booty call if it's 4 a.m.
He had fallen asleep, and she did not appreciate that, and ended up burning down his house because he fell asleep. So this is so they were texting at 4 a.m. And then he fell asleep before she arrived, intent on having a hot date anyway.
Hot date.
She went to a gas station, bought lighter fluid and a lighter, and started the fire at the unidentified caller's home with him inside.
Okay?
He did. Ooh. He got out, had some burns and smoke inhalation, and they were able to get the firefighters were able to get his dog out as well.
Oh,
so
good. That's
nobody
the
was
part.
was seriously injured. Yeah. But yeah, she sent a text. I want to see you die. You wasted my money to come out here, and then lit it on fire. So,
wow, that's aggressive.
So answer the phone when it rings.
I'm glad they got the dog out.
Yeah, that is.
Do you have a dog?
Yeah.
What kind of dog?
He's a rescue dog, but he's a mutt. But he's a mostly retriever. He's mixed with Great Pyrenees and Lab or something.
Is he big and white?
He's
white and fluffy?
He's white, definitely fluffy. And luckily he's not too big like a Pyrenees. He's like
Pyrenees
70 pounds.
Giant.
So. Yeah, but and so the best part is Family Guy's one of mine and Taylor's favorite TV shows, and we were trying to figure out what to name him. He's a white colored dog, and he's a male. And guess what we named him? Taylor's idea.
Stewie.
No. We're trying to figure it out, and she just was all of a sudden like eyes wide open. She's like, Brian. Yeah. And I'm like,
I love it.
Oh, done deal. Yeah.
Sold.
So we've
I
got
also
Brian.
love dogs with human names, so it's great.
Tay got real kind of offended the other, and she doesn't get offended very easy. She got a little upset. You know, you're a dog lover.
Yeah, I love
like
dogs.
we are. You can say anything. I mean, somebody could say something bad about anything or whatever. You say something bad about our dog, you are on the ultimate shit list forever.
You better watch out.
Yeah. And so we were at the racetrack, and somebody was like, oh, what's your dog's name? She's like, Brian. He was like, Brian? That's a stupid name. Why would you name your dog Brian? And I'm like, oh my God, Taylor's going to shoot this guy.
This person is now dead to her.
Yep. Yeah. And you could see she was like so
Fuming.
mad. Like,
Did she do like, well, I'm sorry you feel that way.
So, you know what was better? Our neighbor Celeste had the best idea of what her comeback should have been.
Which was?
And Tay wasn't thinking on her feet, but she was like, dude, you totally should have like act like you were about to tear up and say that you can't have kids and you were going to name your firstborn kid Brian and like go all out
bad.
on just be just
That
make
was
them feel terrible.
Right for the gut.
Yeah. But Tay's like, I can't do that.
She's too nice.
Yeah, I was like, I could.
It's like, I'm going in on that one. I'm going all in.
You insult my dog, you deserve it.
You insult my dog, turn the page, this is what happens.
Yep.
Oh, Brian.
Brian.
I
You'll
love
have to show me a
Brian.
picture later.
Oh
Brian.
yeah, I love Brian. He's the best.
Maybe he looks like
over.
Otis. Because a
Otis,
lot of times
my
Otis
man.
people ask if he's a Wheaton or a Great Pyrenees because he's a golden doodle, but he's more golden.
And there is a picture of Brian.
Yeah,
He's so
Brian.
sweet.
Guy.
Yep.
He looks like a Brian.
Yeah, he does. It fits him, and he has like it looks like permanent eyeliner, so he's got real pretty eyes. Yeah.
Yeah, the thick eyeliner.
Yep.
Well, you know, we have you on the show, and I would be remiss if we didn't.
I mean, it's been a busy week.
It's been a busy week.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Bristol. Hell yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, it's
mixed
awesome.
emotions.
Yeah.
We it was a crazy weekend, one that we were looking forward to going to, obviously, because you know that's one of my.
I mean, you were a lot of people's
racetracks.
picks going into it.
Yeah, that was cool. So it was cool how many people were believing in us beforehand.
Yeah.
Then we go out there, first practice P4. I'm like, all right, car
Okay.
feels pretty good. And then second practice P1. I'm
And you're like,
car feels real good. And we qualified 7th. We were one of the early ones to go out, so we had a little. That was a little bit tougher, but started the race, worked on it, kept on tightening it up all night. And my crew chief Wheels is awesome, and I wanted a win for him, and
especially because he used to be the crew chief for Denny, so that would have been like
it was. Oh, I was. I mean, that's why I was so bummed afterwards. But on that last pit stop, we made like a perfect adjustment, and he nailed it. And we took off like a freaking rocket on the last restart. We were fourth, and then drove straight to the lead. And only a few laps. Went right to the lead and just took off. We were gone, and then had to dice through a lot of lap traffic, and it was a long run. That was like a 100-lap run or 100 and something laps. So we were going, and then Denny was catching us a little bit, and then got within a second, because I was just in a lot of traffic. Got within a second, maintained right there for a bit, and I'm like, all right, we ripped off some clean laps with clean track, and we maintained. I'm like, we're good. We got this. And then I was catching Ryan Newman.
Oh, it's always Newman.
Yeah, and he was running 11th and on the lead lap.
Yeah.
And I'm catching him to lap him, and I was like just flying through lap traffic as fast as I could to make sure to doing everything to win my first cup race of my whole life.
And a Bristol night race, not even your first cup race. It's like Bristol night race.
Oh, yeah. And this is, it was a hard week for me last week. I had, it was tough finding out I'm not going to be able to return to my team. And so it's just, a lot of emotion. My wife, Taylor, had a really tough time. So I was just trying to have to be strong for her and my family and stuff. And then to have that opportunity and come so close. And then I got to Newman, and I was like, all right, if I can make quick work of him, which I knew will be a tough one because he's racing for the playoffs and
he's
the lead lap,
doesn't really let people by
he's Ryan
easily.
Newman.
He's Ryan Newman.
Yeah. And so I was like, if I can make quick work of him, that'll be the race winning move.
Yeah.
That'll do it. And I got to his outside in turn 4. I gassed it up, got there, and I was like, yes, I'm there. I did it. I got it. That's going to be it. I got to his outside. I knew I was going to have the momentum, and I was like, heck yeah. And then we got on the straightaway, and as my crew chief, as Wheels said, he posted on Twitter a picture of my left front, said hashtag not clear, not clear, not clear. And so then after that, it killed the handling of my car. It went plowing tight after that, and I couldn't defend.
People forget that Bristol's not like Martinsville. Like Martinsville, you can beat up the cars pretty good and still, get a good finish. It doesn't mess up the aero. But Bristol, you're clicking off laps so much faster, and the aero is so much more important.
Yeah, you're flying.
Yeah.
You're flying around there, especially with the high downforce.
I don't know how you don't get dizzy. Like watching, I didn't have to work Bristol, so I was watching on TV, and I was like, it's like a blender. It's like racing in a blender.
Oh, dude, it wears you out, especially with the high downforce. We were flying around there this year.
That I watched the highlights. I was out in New Mexico covering a dirt track, so I didn't actually get. It was on the TVs at the track, but like I'm going around shooting stuff, so I didn't get to see it. But watch the highlights. But I did see this tweet that since Saturday, and this was what day was that? It was yesterday. You have gained. You went from 72.9 thousand followers to 85.4, an increase of 17% in 36 hours. So,
and now it's up to like 88.
Yeah,
it's
still
crazy.
going.
Yeah.
I mean, it was one of, and again, from watching the replays, not watching it live, one of the better Bristol races. Like just in general, it's good racing this season. But Bristol was Bristol.
Yep,
and an exciting finish. And
it was crazy. Yeah. I know. I wish we were on the other end. But what was cool, I mean, I got out of the car just straight up bummed. I was just so upset that we lost it that way and had the shot. But stuff has to go your way. That's why I didn't get out and just complain about it. I could have been, like yelled at Newman or whatever. But it just wasn't worth it. And I just got out and was just bummed it didn't fall our way. And it wasn't meant to be. It just wasn't meant to be that day. But the cool part was I got out and I'm just straight bummed. But then hearing the crowd.
Oh, they were going. So you could hear them through the TV. I was like, holy.
Well, yes. So that really made me where I couldn't even hardly get words out because it was just being such a tough week. And I usually try and hold emotion the best I can. And that just that made it really hard. But it
had to feel good.
Yeah, it made me feel good. I was like, wow, I can't believe this many people. One, I didn't know this many people knew me. Two, I mean, the whole place was like screaming in support of us. That made it really, really neat.
Well, and I mean, Twitter was also going in on Newman. Yeah. There were some pretty interesting tweets. But at the same time, like you said, he's battling for a spot in the playoffs. You get that win.
Likely battling for
you're
a
in the
ride,
playoffs.
too.
Like it's that like everyone is battling, and Like folks were saying, oh, well, this person should have checked up and let this. It's like,
No.
that's not racing. That's not what you're supposed to do. Like, you're supposed to fight for every
And I think
position.
a lot of people forgot the fact that if you had won, that automatically takes away another points position spot. They were just probably I do think a lot of people are like, oh yeah, like Newman's in the points battle for thing. Not also thinking like, well, that compounds it if you win because.
Yeah. So I thought of that too.
Yeah.
It's crazy what you do process when you're like racing.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of it. I'm catching Newman, and it immediately went through my head
Yeah.
of, okay, one, he's already like unbelievably difficult to pass. He'd stuff his grandmother in the wall if he had to. But then, two, I was like, man, he's on the playoff bubble. If we come in, we're going to jump in the playoffs and leapfrog them. And so I know he's a smart guy, so he's going to be thinking these things. But so I expected him 100% to race me really hard, and I was going to have to do a flawless job to get by, and I thought that I did. So him racing hard was fully expected, and so I didn't expect him to just pull over and let me go by. But the stuffing me in the fence part when I was clearly outside was not okay. But that's just, it's not worth my time to complain about it. I'll chat with him, and I'm sure, I don't know if it'll go anywhere, but I'll just find out, like, hey, because I listened to their in-car audio before. I don't like to just assume things and then go up and yell at somebody or whatever. I want to gather all the information I have.
I don't know that a lot of drivers do that. Listen to other
sometimes
drivers.
heat of the moment, it's
Yeah,
different.
there's always exceptions.
But yeah, I mean, my level of being bummed outweighed my anger at that point. If it would have been flip-flopped, then I would have probably made a poor decision. But because I'm definitely I'll confront you face-to-face kind of person. I don't mind that. But so I listened to the in-car audio and was like, let me hear. Maybe his spotter was late on calling it, or he didn't totally know I was outside or something. Even though I was like really clearly there, I was like, yep, we got the position. And I listened to his spotter, and his spotter did a good job. He called it perfect. He was like, I mean, it was literally outside or 95 coming outside, boom. And he just kind of stuffed me. So I'm like, okay, there's not a whole lot of excuse there. So I'll, confront it myself and see.
You had
Then
one
you
of the
approach it
better.
from there.
You had one of the better intros too.
That was cool.
Intro. How long have they been showing them on TV? Because on NASCAR America or whatever, Countdown to Green, on NBC they actually showed them. I don't remember them ever showing them with the songs, except for the last couple of years.
Yeah,
that's like more recent.
I know we can never show them on .com because
of the rights
and clearances for popular music, and with TV, I think in their first they probably have a deal.
Yeah.
So it might be like, here, pick these songs.
Yeah.
We've cleared these songs, so you have this list that you can choose from.
Yeah, that was fun. I like doing the intros there. It's the problem is I set the bar kind of high in a couple of the ones that I've done. So, but that one was perfect because coming out to the Rocky, theme song, intro song, it was perfect, especially for the week that we had. I was like, this is perfect timing.
Yeah,
this is my story right here.
Get you amped up.
I mean, I know there's no consolation prize for finishing second, but like you said, coming off that week, having that finish, that has to be one of the best calling card. Like heading forward, now it's like, look,
this is
you put me in good equipment. You get me in the right situation. I can run with the best in this series. And coming in second, that's just showing, look, I can do this.
Yep. Yeah, that was the cool part that I had to think of, and reflecting back on it all. I'm a big believer of everything happens for a reason. And I look back at my whole career, and so many things that I thought at the time were so terrible and I was so upset about all turned out to be like, now I can look back and be like, well, I'm glad that happened because it led me to this.
Yeah.
So that's how I have to look at this thing. I'm so bummed that I won, or we didn't win, but but it also was a huge day for my career and showing what I've always known and
that you've been able to do.
Yeah, and I've always went all in on myself, and so it was neat to have a day like that where we could show, hey, and not show only me, but what our guys and our team can do and what Wheels has done coming in, because we're still a single car operation, and we don't have all that. We're probably a generation behind on the cars, which are still obviously great pieces that we get from Gibbs, but then what we don't get information and setup stuff or any of that stuff. It's full standalone on that from that standpoint. So it's Wheels, our engineers, and our guys just going to work and using their knowledge, and shows how good they are. So it's cool. It's pretty rewarding for for them. But I could see that it broke my heart when I had to see Wheels and look at him because you could tell, just like me, he wanted it so bad.
And if he were to get that win with the 11
Yeah,
coming in second, that's like that just compound
see
like that.
What I can do.
Yeah.
Too. He
And
could
I
have
know
said the
he's
same
friends.
thing.
He's good friends with Denny and all those guys. But just for him, career wise, that's
You can be great friends with someone and still want to beat the ever loving shit out of them in any type of competition.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was just it's still kind of
Denny was very
heartbreaking.
complimentary of you, though.
That was unbelievable.
And that was a good moment in Victory Lane too. That that looked a personal, touching, or he whispered sweet nothings into your ear.
That was cool.
Yeah.
So that was it was crazy that I almost felt bad that a lot of his interview was about us, but it just shows how selfless he is. That was cool because he was talking so much good stuff about me and us and our team, and then I went up there to congratulate him, and he dropped what he was doing on live TV, and I was just gonna go give him a fist bump and hey, great job. And he looked at me and he goes, I am so sorry. I'm like, what are you sorry about, man? We're racing. Like, you're doing what you have to do. And he's like, no, you don't understand. Like, if there's ever anybody I didn't want to pass, it was you. And you could tell, like, he,
like genuinely.
at the same time, genuinely is rooting for us as a team. And
that's really cool.
And I know he's believed in me like 100% for quite some time because he, he sponsored my race car at Go Fast Racing unintentionally. It wasn't like our goal. We were reaching out to corporate America in a situation where we were unsponsored there, and we're like, heck, let's give it a try.
Yeah, I forgot about that
because all that stuff helps a small team. We were, a very small deal there, and Denny threw us a curveball and was like, I'm in. And we're like, whoa, Denny, all right. But and then that led because of it being him and his presence. The word spread and it created a crazy story that another driver sponsoring my race car and he believed in us and me. Then it turned into us getting like a 6-race primary sponsor because of the story. So it just shows how a small act like that
Dominoes
helped a team. And he said, he's like, dude, I've believed in you 100% all the way. You deserve it and you work hard. And just stuff like that means a lot to me to get that respect from drivers.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, man.
Came full circle.
Good weekend all around.
Yeah.
Speaking of sponsors, I would be we have our grill back here.
I have one myself.
Our Pit Boss grill.
I got a Pit Boss at home. Oh yeah.
What have you made in your Pit Boss?
Brisket, pork. I think we did a pork butt. We've done pork loins, pork tenderloin.
Every part of the
reverse
pig,
seared steaks. Yeah,
what is
which
that?
are amazing. So you just smoke them on the. I haven't done prime rib yet. That's on the agenda.
That was like that.
Yeah, like, man, I'm hungry. That sounds good. Talking about all this food, I'm starving now. We did ribeyes. I got some thick ribeyes and slow cooked them on there until the internal temp was like, maybe 120-ish, so like rare.
Yeah.
And then I had, then I seared them. So it's like a reverse sear. So you slow cook it first and then sear them, get it really hot, and then sear it on the outside. And they were amazing.
You consider yourself a good cook?
When it comes to cooking like meat and stuff like that on a Pit Boss, which Pit Boss makes it really easy to be a good cook because it's pretty like straightforward. It's so easy to use. So
that's making me feel more confident because we're going to cook on them, I think, in a few weeks.
Yeah, we're having an episode. We're going to grill out and have a little, test out this grill. I know one of our we had another smaller grill. It's sort of getting broken in because you can't just light this thing up and just go. You got to break it in before you got to get it seasoned.
So you do have to do the initial burn off.
Yeah,
so that's in the manual. And but yeah, I've become kind of a professional in using one of those things. But it's so cool because it makes you feel like, man, I feel like I'm advertising for it right now.
Well,
makes you feel like a boss.
We are. It's Pit Boss Grills, the official grill of NASCAR. If you want to go to Pit Boss Grills, pitboss-grills.com, you can check out your favorite Pit Boss Grill.
Or Piss Box.
Piss Box.
That's what I thought you were saying.
No. Pit Boss Grills.
Man.
Would a piss box be
Yeah.
a bathroom? Are
Probably,
bathrooms
Or
called piss
like
boxes?
it would be like a chamber pot, you know.
I think that's a
having
good.
a slash in the piss box.
That's a
What
good
do
name
you-
for a bathroom.
What are you cooking first?
We don't. We're
Whatever
coming
they
up with a
say.
menu. There's definitely going to be some pork, maybe like a Boston butt.
I do
Yeah.
think we should try some vegetables on it. I eat meat, but
Well-
I want to cater to everyone.
We discussed
Some
it
good
last
seared,
week.
like
Vegetables
vegetable
are.
kebabs
I
or something.
love grilled vegetables.
Yeah,
Like,
onions.
Cook like corn on there.
Yeah.
And stuff.
Oh.
I mean, it's freaking.
Do
Yeah.
pizzas on here. We could do all kinds of stuff.
We have done a pizza on there.
Yeah.
Have you?
Yeah. Yep.
We might need to do a pizza.
I'm telling, like, we have multiple grills. We can do multiple things.
The meat
and
is the best though to get the flavor in
Smorgasbord.
the meat.
with the magic of TV, we can, make it look like we've done more than we actually did, and just have a whole day of grilling, and then the show's like an hour, but we
That's
can
how
show
they actually
off
do it on cooking shows, though,
What?
where they like are prepping
Yeah.
all day. Like you don't necessarily usually cook what they
No.
cook.
Oh, God, no.
on
There's
a
not enough time.
Cooking show in an hour.
You got to get it.
Yeah.
The brisket was amazing, but that's pretty time consuming.
Yes.
I mean, there's a lot of time that goes into
that you're gonna have to
brisket.
we'll have to start that
Like
the
a
night
24
before,
hour, yeah.
and like just
Eh,
12
I
or
took
24.
me. I fired it up at like 7 a.m.
yeah.
and it was done around dinner time.
Yeah.
It was done by dinner time.
Yeah,
So
then
if
we
we're
do it
gonna be going at like
overnight, noon,
noonish,
so
we're gonna have to then.
Yeah.
do it like
yeah.
10 p.m. or something.
Which hey, the good thing about these is you can set the temperature, so you don't necessarily have to go out there. Like for the Super Bowl this year, we did some brisket and a couple of Boston butts, and the night before we had to go out and every couple hours check the water or the liquid levels and then the pellets and make sure that it was going and
was
make
it.
sure the
Does it all.
temperature never like so this
We'll take care of itself.
hopefully will not all take care of itself all the way, but probably a little bit better than
Okay.
than
It's
what we
easy.
did. Yeah.
Yeah. You just set it on the smoke setting, find the right P setting, and then get the temperature to be exactly where we want it. You're good to go. I went to the gym while my brisket was cooking.
Shocking you went to the gym.
Yeah. yeah.
Imagine
Well,
that.
Shocker.
What's the old Ron Popeil thing? Set it and forget it.
yeah.
Yeah. It's the pocket fisherman.
Ah.
There's old Ron Popeil. You remember him?
I
Late night TV
know,
infomercials.
I know the set it and forget
Yeah.
it.
Oh, I'm hungry now.
Yeah. I'm
I
going
am
to
too.
move this because I don't want to keep seeing
I just keep seeing
Dude, I'm
all of the
starving.
food on the
Wings.
grill.
steak.
Meat.
Yeah, meat.
Brats.
Pellets.
We should do
Yeah.
some brats.
Oh, yeah. We will
I like a good
definitely do
brat.
some
I don't know if I can
Wings
talk
on the
about
grill.
food anymore. I'm
Yeah.
literally starving. I just ate lunch not too long ago, but we talk about food, and then, obviously
all
you
the
can look at me
food.
until I eat. So
Ron Popeil. Ronco.
We could do some alligator on it.
We could do some alligator. Have you ever had gator tail?
I have. If you, what's funny, so I grew up in Florida, and if you've been to Gator Land, it's like a gator zoo, but then they also serve gator at
Is
like
gator-
the food.
Was Gatorland where we went?
No, that was we were in the Everglades.
Okay, yeah.
Gatorland's in Central Florida.
Oh, okay.
But it's like a gator zoo, but then they serve gator at the cafe.
Gator gets out of line. Gator gets got.
Gator gets got.
I do want to do this real quick. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and when we come back, we can talk more about gators. And we're back from commercial. See, that's the magic of the way this show works is we basically just pause for 2 seconds. 10 seconds for station identification
On the Motor Racing
on the
Network.
Motor Nation Network. And then we just come back and I insert it in post and boom.
perfect.
We have magic. So
right.
yeah,
Editing's amazing.
I know. It's so great. Gators.
Yeah.
Gator tails, gator bites, and gators climbing. You
Gators-
sent this.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
It was in Florida at a naval base. I think it was a naval base. It was some sort of military base. But they have a security fence around the base, and the gators, there's like a half a dozen of them, have learned to climb the chain link fence. And it's like 7 feet tall. And they like claw up it and plop themselves over. In the, like I said, I think it's a base. They came out with a statement that the gators are not respecting their security measures.
Maybe they need to. They need to
They're
put up a
like
sign.
they
telling them, "Hey, guys, you
are
can't come in here."
dinosaurs.
No gator crossing.
They're like raptors when in Jurassic Park where they're not gonna learn how to open doors and then the next
They
shot's
learned to
like,
open the door. Yeah.
Dude, that reminds me of the thing where the lady was complaining about the deer crossing signs. You ever hear that?
I don't think I've heard this.
I can't remember what this was on or who showed it to me. There's a lady that called into a radio show or something and was complaining about, and it was on air, complaining about deer crossing signs. And they're like, well, what's your problem?
Yeah.
It's like, well, there's these deer crossing signs at these really inconvenient places where like they shouldn't be crossing, like as if it's the deer that need to adhere to the sign.
Oh, no.
Like
That's funny.
it's like directing the deer to cross here.
You can cross
And
here,
They're
dears.
trying to explain it to her. Not
She still
working.
didn't get
Oh,
it?
no.
No, ma'am.
She was like, no, but you don't understand. Like, this is the deer crossing here. It's creating accidents and like damaging people. They need to put the sign somewhere else and have them cross somewhere else. They're like, ma'am, it's actually not for the deer. It's to warn you driving. Yeah, but they shouldn't be crossing there.
Right there.
It
Oh,
was
man.
crazy. It was look that up. I'm
I'll
sure
look it up.
it's somewhere out there. It was hilarious.
Probably in Florida because that's where all the idiot drivers are in Florida.
A lot of
idiots.
stories.
They're
A
A
lot
lot
of
of
Florida
stories
stories
come from Florida.
A lot of gators in Florida that are scary.
Florida man. Did you see the thing where you can like enter in your birthday and
Yeah.
get the Florida man story that happened on your birthday?
Did you ever
No.
do that?
Yeah.
No.
Oh man,
When's your birthday?
July 27th.
Oh, you just had a birthday.
Yep.
Florida
Turned 28.
Happy belated.
birthday.
What sign does that make you?
Leo.
Leo.
Yep.
Leo. That's a song that I can't really
You
sing.
gotta like
but,
skip because the first one now that comes up is
Well, no, you go to like the Florida. Damn it! It's
no. You just Google it.
I'm in a loop. I'm in a Google loop. Son of a.
Well-
Keep talking. Keep talking.
That's what I'm saying though.
Yeah.
You have to skip like because there were so many articles about people doing this that
Mm-hmm.
when you type in a birthday and Florida man, you have to skip like the first two because they're just so. What, you said July 27th.
Yeah. I'm sure there's plenty of stories.
Yes.
So type it.
daily
That's what you
basis
do.
down
You,
there.
you type it in the Google bar. What do you?
Oh, you
doing?
type it in the Google.
Yeah,
bar.
you just
Oh!
type Florida man, not birthday. Florida man, July 27th. Chuck.
Damn it. Chuck fail.
Yeah.
All right. July 27, 2018.
there you go,
Florida
Florida
man
man.
caught trying to steal ice cream truck.
Mm.
Yep.
He's
He's got some good hair.
How's
got
my
a
hair?
coif.
Kind of a Nick Cage look.
I was just about to say that,
Yeah.
like a young Nick
Yeah.
Cage.
Yeah. It's like Nick Cage in Raising Arizona.
It's been so long since I've seen that movie.
Maybe. Anybody? Yeah. No?
Man, I feel bad. All I can think about is he's, wrecking kids' days by trying to
That
steal
is
an
true.
ice cream
Yeah.
truck.
Oh,
They should
Or
have
adults.
adult ice cream trucks.
his name was Grappy. William Grappy.
They came, where'd the ice cream truck came by Go Fast Racing.
Did
I
it?
drove it. Yep, they'd hear it, and everyone would be in the shop, all run outside. Like all our team would go get ice cream.
But they should have like a adult beverage one that plays the sound, and you come out and you can get like a.
Could you do that though? Like, could you
If
drive
you,
around
if
and
you
sell
live in
your-
a city that has open container
Yeah.
law, like you could do it in Vegas.
Yeah,
you could do
Vegas
it
you could
in
do. Yeah.
New Orleans. Doesn't New Orleans have open container? Savannah, I think, has open container.
What year were you born?
91.
1991. I wonder if
It
there's a Florida man story from July 27, 1991.
Mm.
Nope, just fun facts about your birthday.
Oh,
What was the hit song on his birthday? Can you look that
Ooh,
up?
probably, yeah. This week, how many days until how old are you in dog years? Okay.
how old am I?
Cool.
In dog years? Is
Cool.
that on
Oh,
there?
who do you? What celebrities do you share a birthday with?
Triple H.
Who's that?
Oh,
Really?
Triple H.
oh man.
Hunter Hearst Helmsley. Triple H. WWE. Wrestler?
Oh,
I'm not a
No?
huge wrestling
Goodness.
fan.
I'm not either, but I know Triple H.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what happened on your birthday. Nope, don't want to talk about that one. Summer Olympics took place in 2012.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about half of those.
Yeah. It's not really showing your birthstone.
Huh.
Ruby.
Ooh.
Yeah. This is really not as
That's
laid
no
out
fun.
as I
Well,
thought
you
it
could
I
look
thought
up
this would be a lot
song-
better.
You could
Yeah.
say top song and put the date in.
Yes.
And get rid of the Florida.
I'm
man.
going to get rid of the Florida man. I'm going to get. But keep, There we go. List of Billboard hits and number one.
Let me
singles.
guess. Give me a
1991.
Clue. Give me a clue
A clue. All right.
for the top song.
This should be good.
Ooh. Oh, a clue for this.
Or you can
Hang on.
hum it.
No, I'm
I
not going to
can't
hum
see.
it. So it's from a movie starring Morgan Freeman, Kevin
Ooh.
Costner, and
Bull Durham. When
no,
did that
not
come
Bull
out?
Durham.
I don't know what movies they're in
Morgan
together.
Freeman, Kevin Costner, and what's his name that played Hans Gruber in Die Hard? He was also the Professor Snape in Harry Potter. I can't.
Alan Rickman.
Alan Rickman was in this as well.
Rickman.
hmm
Would I have seen this movie?
I mean, it was a big hit in 1991.
I'm trying to go through my Kevin Costner movies.
Yeah, Kevin Costner. And it's like a Kevin Costner movie that you want to forget about, but you probably shouldn't forget about. Not Waterworld.
When did that come out?
Let's see here. It involves marry men. Unlike other of these, I have an English accent.
I have no idea what movie this is.
it.
Tell me what movie.
The movie is Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves.
Oh, dear God.
And the song is... No?
Isn't it an R&B song?
No, it's not R&B.
Like a slow, like a love song?
No. His other hit song was Summer of 69. I got my first real
Brian?
6-string. Yeah.
Brian Adams?
Brian Adams.
What else did he sing?
Look into my eyes, and then you'll see.
What is it?
It's everything I do it for you.
No.
Come on. That was the big hit. It was the #1 song from July 27th to September 7th.
That's a long time.
That was like the #1 song of 1991.
I hate that song. Sorry.
Yeah.
It's your birthday song.
Oh, it's okay.
Other songs around that.
Good stuff.
Oh, Paula Abdul.
Yeah, Paula Abdul.
I can't sing it.
I Adore Me Amor.
Color Me Bad.
Yeah, and then
Emotions.
at the end of the year,
91 was a good year, man.
at the end of the year, Black or White, Michael Jackson. Michael Bolton, When a Man Loves a Woman, November 23rd.
That's a great song too.
Yeah.
What was earlier in the year?
Earlier in the year, we had, leading off the year, Justify My Love by Madonna. Love Will Never Do Without You, Janet Jackson.
I mean, really only need to talk about the ones that
Gonna
were
Make You
early.
Sweat. Sweat.
Music was so
that's
good.
a great song.
Yeah.
Amy Grant's Baby Baby.
Mm-hmm.
90s music was good.
Oh.
And new music
Sucks.
sucks.
I don't know very
There
many.
are good musicians out there these days.
Well, Old Town Road, that was been on the top of the charts. It actually just got bumped.
Well, William Eyelash is now #1.
Billy?
Yeah. William Eyelash?
That's what, it's a girl.
I know it's a girl.
I didn't know anything about her, and then she hit the top of the billboards with that song. She's only 17. She's the first.
It's only
she's
17?
She's the first
That's a song, too.
I know.
Yeah.
I was just ignoring your
Yeah.
reference. She's the first artist to be #1 on Billboard, I think, that was born in the 2000s, is what I read, I believe.
Yes. Yeah, I believe that is correct.
I was not, and I saw a photo of her. She's a very attractive girl. She's very pretty. She wears a lot of baggy clothes. She was not what I pictured from that song, though.
All right, another video. Have you seen Snoop Dogg talking about today's rappers?
No.
Oh,
Does he go in on today's rappers? Is he not a fan?
Does he just lay into them?
it's awesome. It is the best. So he, I'll have to show it to you later or look it up at some point. But he talks about it and he's like, man, today's rappers, all they're doing is duplicating, and he's like, they're talking going on, and he's like, man, every song it's just and then they played a string of all the
that were
new
all
rap
like the
songs.
same beats.
He nailed it. I'm like, oh, that's funny. And then they played it. I'm like, holy cow, it's literally that.
Yeah.
That's it. And he said
I'm gonna
somebody
have to watch that.
he said somebody asked him to do something like that, and he was like, man, cut that shit off. It was great.
Have you?
I love
It's
Snoop
like
Dogg.
country music too. Like there's
All of it is the same.
there is a YouTube video that basically cuts together 5 different country songs, and it's like at different parts in the song, but it creates one song. And
There's
it's all
another
the
one
same
that's just
song.
like popular music, so
Yeah.
it's all a bunch
Any
of genres
Nickelback
that
song.
uses the same like 4 notes, just in a different, and it's a mashup, and you're like, you don't realize how similar all the songs
Well,
sound, even though they're different genres, and you're like, oh my
The
god.
truth is, like you can play pretty much any popular song with the same 4 chords, like G,
Yeah.
C, D, and E.
E.
Yeah, and you can boom, you've written a hit song. And there is a saying like 4 chords in the truth, and you've got a hit. Like just speak your truth.
Speak your truth.
Speak your
One of the
truth.
country music ones, and I like a good bit of country music too. But one of them was talking about, it was piecing all that together. Like they all talked about trucks,
Yep.
and then it talks about shows all the clips of them talking about trucks, and then
All
they
talk
talked
about
about how
boots or
they
something.
drink the they went down and drank, aka the good stuff, and then they're like, it was, oh my gosh.
Well,
it was-
but that's nothing new with country music
very
because
formulaic.
there's the "You Don't Call Me Darlin'." The last lyric of that song is, I wrote my good friend Steve Goodman about that song, and he said, well, it might be the perfect country and western song, except you didn't talk about trucks or prison or mama or getting drunk.
Yep.
And then I was drunk the day my mom got out of prison,
Yeah.
like boom. There it is. It's the perfect country and western song.
What kind of music do you usually listen to?
I like classic rock. So
Oh yeah,
Queen,
Me too.
Nirvana.
Zeppelin.
yeah, Nirvana actually.
It's classic rock now.
Yeah,
It is
it's
classic
in
rock
that-
now.
Yeah, Nirvana I did love, but Aerosmith was.
I
one
like
of my
early
favorites.
Aerosmith.
Yeah.
Once they were like, I don't want to miss a thing, and Jaded. That kind of went
Yeah,
downhill
no, I
for
like
me.
Crying.
Sweet Emotion is one
Yes.
of my
Oh,
yeah.
favorite songs of all time. Period.
Janie's Got a Gun.
Yeah. Oh, that was that. That's so Aerosmith's probably.
You
one of my
forget
favorite
how
bands.
good of a voice Steven Tyler had
And
before
then,
he
yeah,
wrecked it.
killed it,
Now
yeah.
Yep.
it's not the same.
You talk about 1991 having good music. You, I believe, and I were born in the same year.
Yeah, we're old.
1983.
In the 80s.
Yeah. In the 80s.
We're dating ourselves.
Yeah.
People are gonna be like, "Oh my god!"
But the songs that came out that year: "Man-Eater," "Down Under," "Africa."
Africa
JD
came out that
Yes, yes.
Ugh.
It was the number one hit for 1 week
year. That's it.
in February.
Billie Jean.
Billie Jean, "Come On Eileen," "Beat It," "Let's Dance," "Flashdance."
All of these great songs.
Every breath you take. "Sweet Dreams" are made of these, parentheses. Maniac.
I think that's Maniac.
Manic Depression. That's another song. But
Tell
older.
Her About It by Billy Joel is a great one.
Total Eclipse of the Heart.
Look how much longer.
Islands
how-
in the Stream by Kenny Rogers and Dolly Parton.
So
Or
All
the
Night
sample
Long.
of it by Maya.
All Night Long by Lionel Richie.
Okay.
And closing out the year with Say, Say, Say by Paul McCartney and Michael Jackson.
That's a pretty good little.
what's your guys' favorite music?
I listen to a little bit
All
of
of that.
everything.
I like all of
Yeah.
that.
Oh, yeah.
I don't like anything extreme. So like nothing that's extremely poppy or extreme rap or extreme metal.
Yeah.
This is not going to be a fan favorite. This is not probably opinion people are going to like. I'm not a big country fan.
Okay.
I like old country, like Waylon Jennings and Johnny Cash. I'll put in
Oh
that.
yeah.
Kenny Rogers.
Maybe a little Kenny.
The
And
Gambler, come on.
then, I do like Eric Church. I can listen to Eric Church,
Yeah.
but that's about it. And then like the sing along, like
Well,
the
and
sing along country songs.
you got to give like the newer, like
the
there's
newer country is pop.
But I'm not saying the newer country. I'm saying like your Sturgill Simpsons, your Jason Isbells, the guys that are in that older country
Genre.
like genre-ish, that are writing their, like the old country guys wrote their own stuff. It wasn't like manufactured country.
Yeah.
Like if you're writing your own
So-
stuff, I'm gonna be a fan of you a little bit more.
So I've got a funny story about Snapchat.
Yeah.
And music, and especially country music. Although we've branched out to different
Yeah.
genres. Me and some of my friends have a thing going now of where we like to take popular songs and then have
Rework
them
them?
playing and then make them as horribly inappropriate as possible. And one of the songs, when you're talking about country music, "Drink in My Hand,"
Okay.
we like to. I came
There's
up with that
multiple
one.
ways
Was
that
like,
that
one-
nope,
Yep.
changing it.
Changing
Perfect one. And
I got this.
Yeah. So
Hang on.
yeah, we'll
Hold my
take-
beer. I got
and
this.
We'll take and sing, and that's like because I have an hour drive to the shop and back.
Oh,
during
wow.
the week, and so I drive quite a bit.
Yeah.
So I have plenty of time to just be have
Reworking
my
songs.
Spotify on or Pandora or whatever. And then I'll just be sitting there thinking, and that's all that goes through my head now is how can I make the song inappropriate? And then I do it, and we
Inappropriate.
send it back and forth to each other. And I quadruple check to make sure I didn't accidentally click my story or
everyone?
something because I would be, I'd be done.
Yeah.
that would be it for
Or
me.
a fan favorite. I mean, you already have
Keeping
fan
it
favorite,
real.
but-
Keeping it real on the Snapchats.
Maybe, but oh my gosh, some of them are so fun. I have a whole album. I mean, like now I swear
I feel
I've
like
probably
it
done
should
50
be,
songs.
Maddie
should
D.
do like
and
one of
the-
those,
yeah.
Time Life Majesty of music things.
Yeah.
Check out the hits by Maddie D.
You could be like the Weird Al.
Fan favorites such as
It's kind of like
Blank in my hand.
Weird Al, but dirty.
yeah. So we have a good time. It's really entertaining. You guys should try it sometime.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like it.
I think we could.
That's what I didn't know. I know, but before we get to that, so you're making songs like more adult or dirty. I didn't realize. So you know that those Kids Bop albums?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't realize.
Where you
I
going?
thought the whole time that the kids were listening to like the actual lyrics of these songs, and people were just like singing them like different artists. They're not the regular lyrics. So it's like songs.
They're
like the
adjusting
beat
them
with like
for kids in
more-
mind.
Yeah, like the lyrics are totally different.
Yeah. Like you're
But,
not
like,
going to
maybe
do
said two girls
Jolene
and a-
for kids, right?
I think there was like a Cardi B tune or something, and I was like, they're letting these kids listen to it, and somebody was like, no, this is clearly shows that I have no kids. They're like they do different lyrics
So
for
they
a lot of those
rework
songs.
it in the opposite
So in the
direction. that I
opposite
do.
direction.
they're doing the
So if you're Kids Bop, or if they're Kids Bop, you need to figure out a name for your
Yeah.
album.
So they, me and my friend have a name for our band, but I don't know. I'll
Okay.
keep it. I'll keep
Keep
it
it to
secret.
yourself.
Yeah.
You can
Keeping it,
tell us
yeah,
after.
we have a name.
Once we hit stop.
Oedipus and the Mama's Boys. No?
Yeah,
Oh,
so
you
like
just wait.
Cake by the Ocean, you're gonna put on a kid's lyric, but it's different lyrics for a
All
lot
about
of those.
that bass. Wonder if this has got the lyrics to it. Yeah.
Some of them are the same, but
Yeah.
some of them are different.
Dance moves that all the boys see that they see. But
It's a
I can
little
shake
different.
it like I'm supposed to do because I got those dance moves that make all the boys chase.
Yeah, that's not what the original lyrics are.
Okay.
Go to
I won't be no stick figure fake plastic Barbie doll.
I think that's an actual lyric.
Yeah.
Man, it's funny because so many people are, like, I don't know if it's fans or whatever, think some drivers live crazy lifestyles or something other than racing. But like, man, what do you do? What do you do during the week? And what's your life like? Oh, I send dirty Snapchats to my friend. We work songs, and I go to the gym with Taylor, and we play with our dog, Brian. There we go. That's it. Crazy lifestyle. We're wild.
Anyway, I'm not gonna look up any more Kids Bop. I don't really care.
Kids Bop.
Kids Bop.
Check it out.
What is that?
What?
What are you looking at?
Oh, the Rabbit Raven optical illusion
Yeah,
thing
where
is
one's
spinning.
both. I thought it was a duck and a rabbit.
Oh, it's
It's a
yeah.
real life one.
Yeah, it's a real life one, and there's a person petting said animal.
It's a raven for sure.
Oh yeah, it's totally a raven.
People thought that was a rabbit.
They thought it was a rabbit because it's got that. They're like the beak can't.
What?
Beaks don't do that.
Why would you be petting
It's like the eyes.
face of the rabbit though, like that?
Because it's somebody said rabbits like getting their
noses rubbed.
noses,
I can
right.
see
Yeah.
where people maybe thought it was a rabbit, but that for sure is a raven.
yeah. Well, the way the eyes blinked, it was like that's a bird.
That's also not the way rabbit's ears are shaped.
No, and they're not like side by side. And
But it is
open.
the real life. You know that. You know the picture.
Yeah,
That,
and that's
now
that's
I can see how they.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How you could be confused between the two.
the picture right there.
That picture,
one,
yeah.
Is it a bird? Is it a rabbit?
is
You
it a
decide.
bird or a rabbit?
I'm gonna tweet that so people listening to the podcast can see that. Again, I got called out for that by like talking about stuff on the podcast, looking at it on our like. I'll show them
People
on the
are
computer.
lazy.
They
It
are.
takes the Google machine
Yeah.
and one input, and you can figure out anything we're talking about.
Have you seen the website that's called Let Me Google That For You? And I'm
No,
going to
what
write
is
down
that?
that
What are
time. It's basically if you
oh,
type it
maybe
in.
I have.
If you type in "Let me Google that for you," it basically you can type it into Google, then it sends a link, and the
And it
link
says you're an
opens up.
idiot or
No,
something?
it types out into Google what you should have searched. It's like I don't know, Google it.
That's
Yeah.
perfect.
So I wrote down the time that I dropped that F-bomb, so I can
'Cause
then
we
go
do have
back and
to-
on YouTube, like for iTunes, it's wide open.
Oh,
I
Yeah.
always get nervous when I see that parents listen to this show with their kids, or that the kids listen, because we got a tweet recently, and I'm like, are you listening to the bleeped out version? Even if you are listening to the bleeped out version, some of the conversations,
They're gonna ask their kids what a booty call is, because we
There's
talked
been-
about that earlier. You know, there's things that kids need to learn. You
there's
know,
been a lot of.
Yeah.
I've heard poop conversations.
Yes.
in the past.
lots of poop
Yes, a lot of poop.
conversations.
Yeah.
Everybody poops though. I mean, kids have books that are about
everybody makes
poops.
booty calls.
I don't
yeah.
feel,
I mean, I had a
You never made a booty call ever in your life.
There may have been
Okay,
some times.
I'm just saying, like, it's a fact of life. And I'm not saying like
happen.
the facts of life.
Yeah, you take the good, you take the bad, and there you have.
It's educational.
Yeah,
I mean, I've had a poop sponsor. Technically, I had Dude Wipes as
Yeah.
a sponsor.
That's right.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So man, that was fun. That was a fun one.
Do you still use Dude Wipes? Did they give you
Oh,
like a
yeah.
lifetime supply?
It's like, dude, you should see the boxes I have. But I'm a very avid user of all the
Dude Wipes?
products. Not only the wipes. Yes, that's so. The problem is it kind of ruins you once you.
Then you
Once
try and
you,
go. You go somewhere else. Do you
I
travel?
Yep, I have a bag. Travel with them. When I go like even to the race shop or something, I'm like,
Yeah.
ooh, if it hits me, I have them ready. I have them in my pocket.
Right now?
Not right now
Okay.
because I've already used them today.
Okay.
Yep. So, and then travel everywhere with them, and on the road they have dude shower wipes, so I can like wipe down after the race.
I do like those.
Which is
They
a
make those for
lifesaver.
those are good to bring to the gym.
I had some wipes. They weren't dude wipes, but they were wipes after we got done at the dirt track out in
Ew,
Vado,
those
New
are probably
Mexico.
so dirty.
They ran 6 series, and we were covering a kid who was running the Legends, Joshua Jackson. Cool kid. He was in...
No, I'm just scratching my
I thought
nose.
I was like, I got something on my nose. He
Joshua
was
Jackson,
in
wasn't he in Dawson's Creek?
It's not that Joshua Jackson.
I
he
love
was
that
in
Joshua
He was
Jackson.
in a sprint car wreck in 2015. Lost an eye. Lost
how
part
old
of the
is
use
he?
of his leg. He's 21 now. They thought he wasn't going to make it through the night. He did, and then
Now he still races?
he still races. They didn't think he'd ever walk again, and he got behind the wheel of a car. He got
for
behind a
him.
go-kart, shattered a track record at a go-kart track, and now he's back to racing.
That's awesome.
And we were out there covering that for an upcoming NBC grassroots doc.
Oh, that's cool.
So
Very cool.
that'll be cool.
He must have been young when that accident
He was
happened.
like 16, I think.
Wow.
Wow.
So
Dang, that's crazy.
he was working his way up. He was running sprint cars and was running some late model stuff, and tried out for Rev Racing.
Oh, yeah.
And then they said, "Hey, come back with a little bit faster of a car. You know, we like your talent." And then the wreck happened, and now he's starting to work his way back up. So
That's a
it's
story
pretty-
if he ends up. It's a
there's-
story now, but if he continues to.
There's a Yeti doc
Ascend.
on him, a Yeti documentary on him that is really well done. Yeti, like
Like
the
Yeti the
coolers,
coolers? Do
like
Yeti
like
does
Yeti,
docs?
like this Yeti. Yeah, they sponsor
Documentaries?
things. Yeti,
Yeti.
That camera.
I was
Camera
unaware.
one,
I'm
camera
going to have
two,
to
camera
look
one,
up
camera two.
the.
Yes,
Yeti
Joshua Jackson.
docs.
He's from Albuquerque, New Mexico. So there's a lot of racing going on Saturday night. There's going to be racing going on Saturday and Sunday this week. Not the Cup guys.
You have it flipped, though. It's Xfinity and trucks. Trucks run on Sunday.
I know.
I always forget that. When I worked my first Canada race, I was like,
Welcome to Canada.
yeah, I'm going to work on Saturday, then have Sunday at home and relax. And then I looked at the schedule and I was like, oh, wait, this is a Sunday race.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. Good spotlight for the Truck Series drivers, though.
They're going to Canada, and
Last year
Xfinity's
was,
going to Road
was-
America.
Wasn't last
Yep.
year when Todd and Noah took each other out on the finish of the truck race?
There's always
and,
good
and
finishes.
Justin Haley won.
Was that last year? I think it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's always good action at
There's
Canadian
always
Tire.
craziness at the
Canadian
end of those races.
Tire.
Yes.
And
I'd
Yeah.
like to make it to the Xfinity race one time, but they always schedule me for Canadian Tire. I've not been to Road America.
ooh, I get to go this weekend.
Yeah.
Do you?
Racing.
Nice.
18?
Yes.
Who we say that at the same time?
Yep.
Jinx.
Jinx.
That's
you owe me
exciting.
a Coke or something. I don't know.
I owe you both a Coke.
Yes. Whatever.
Yeah, that'll be fun. They Steve D'Souza at Joe Gibbs Racing called me
Cool.
a couple weeks ago at most. Yeah, it was recent. And so yeah, he was so I knew, Jeffrey Earnhardt was supposed to be driving at that race, and then stuff happened, so where he wasn't going to be driving it anymore, I'd open the seat, and I was like, oh man, I wonder who they're going to have drive it. And I had sent an email at the beginning of the year before I didn't know the situation, who's driving, what they had slated. I was just like, hey, if any of your non-companions or our
do
cup
it.
off weekends are open or whatever, I'd love to do it.
Yeah.
I'm sure some guys want off weekends and stuff, but I just want to hop in.
Yeah.
Anything fast.
Yeah.
And I saw the phone ringing, and it was him, and I'm like, please say he's calling to ask me about Road America. It was the first thing that went through my mind, and I answer like all.
Did you casual? We were like, hey, guy.
Hey, Steve, how's
Hey,
it
man.
going? And then he's like, hey, something, that came up, and the seat's open for Road America. I was just wondering if you'd be interested. He didn't even get the word interested. Yes. Yep.
Yep. Yep. I had already actually penciled it in my calendar.
I love that place. So I love road racing in general, but Road America is so cool. It's
and you
really
love
pretty.
cheese, and you can get a lot of cheese in Wisconsin.
Yeah,
so.
I know, right? Perfect.
They got I
Cheese
don't know if they
curds.
still have it now, but the Johnsonville signage.
Yeah,
That's
it's
the one
like
thing I
all-
remember.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, just thinking about this guy. Put some brats in here
Oh.
in a couple of weeks. You need some brats.
food
We're back to
talk.
food.
Love
We're
some
back to
brats.
food, but we are getting close to time to wrap this show. And it's getting
it's
close
time
to
to
dinner
dinner.
time. It's
Yeah,
late on a Tuesday that we're recording this podcast. Normally
Yeah.
we're early on a Monday or
Yeah.
like 11 lunchtime on a Tuesday. But this will be a quick turn, so the fans will hear all of the stuff that we've talked about, and it'll still be fresh.
Yep.
And that tweet that I tweet out will probably be the last tweet. I'm not good at social media.
I've gotten I can be good if I want to, but social media, we've talked about this, it's gotten overwhelming to me. I need a vacation from it.
I was trying to be an influencer this weekend, and I stayed in El Paso.
You did. I watched some of your stories.
I basically used the Marty Robbins song El Paso for like a series
Every single.
Yeah. It's like but I was going through the song, like out in the West Texas town of El Paso, then the Badlands of New Mexico, and then I found Rose's Cantina. And
perfect.
It was fun. I was that guy. And
Well,
people were like, "Do you know that's a Marty Robbins song?" It's like, I had no idea. I had no idea that Marty Robbins ran NASCAR either, you know. I know, yeah. Anyway.
Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
I'm excited for
Play
you
our
at Road
music.
America. It'll be fun.
I cannot wait.
That's a fast ride, too. That 18.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
pretty sporty.
Yeah, that's why as soon as I heard, I was like, I'm in. I am in.
Yes.
So fun.
Yeah, just, go out there, get that checkered flag, park that thing in Victory Lane.
Hopefully make up for the coming up short this past weekend. Go out
So
there and win
close. It was so
I'll
close.
feel better.
As they said, number 2 in the finishing order, but number 1 in our hearts.
That's it.
There you
That's
go.
it. I like that.
Number 95 in your programs, number 1 in our hearts, Matthew DiBenedetto.
Maddie D.
Here on the Glass Case of Emotion. We still got more time left.
Yeah, we have tons of time.
We let the music go out. Fans, go to Facebook and like the Facebook page. If you go to NASCAR, look at groups. There's a Glass Case of Emotion group.
Like
it.
rate, review, be nice with your words.
Make comments on YouTube because we love reading those.
Kind comments.
Kind comments. Be nice. Also, rate and review in iTunes or wherever you listen to and find your
Podcasts.
favorite podcasts. And listen to all of the podcasts, including the Dale Jr. download, because we got good thoughts about Dale Jr.
Oh, we do. Yeah.
Who's that?
Glad he's safe.
Just glad he's safe. He had a rough weekend.
Yes.
So.
Yeah, for sure.
Thinking about Dale and
Dude,
the family.
they sent me the text, and I didn't see it online. They were like, Dale Jr. and his family were in a plane crash. That's all they said, and didn't put the
You
he's
can't
okay part. I was like, oh, come on, man. Then I immediately searched it, like, oh, thank goodness, holy cow, they're okay. Like, thanks, dude, for leaving that off.
Yeah.